and then they just switched that into government, which is now basically, you know, they're they're more than any mafia could ever imagine that they could be, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, good doesn't prevail when those evil forces are the ones in the power. But that's where we have to make sure that we just don't become a new mafia that's just like, you know, a nicer version of what they are. We have to really get back to the republic, get back to the roots of who we are, and, you know, get back to God's law. It's not a hard thing to you know, put good people into places of power. And that's really, you know, what the creator wants, is more of us to take an action, not for only for ourselves, you know, just to be in power and service to others. So in a long question to like, have I got my social security trust or anything like that? Like, I'm not even looking for that because I don't need it. And I don't think it's something that like is for me. You know what I mean? Like, but again, I would definitely like to find out where all that money's going and why this person that was in the conversation that they had to give up their house, why somebody's trying to take the house of a little old granny just to take care of her when probably she was paying into that for her whole life, or somebody was paying in, and probably generations of her family were paying in that didn't go to the right place. So yes, we want to know those things. The problem is when you sign a deal with the devil, because in order to get that stuff, you have to sign a contract with them, right? So it's a deal with the devil. Like, they're not just, you're not getting it without your signature. You're not getting it without your, you know, you're not going to get it with an autograph, and you're not going to get it with all rights reserved. You're going to get it with an NDA and a contract with the devil. So I personally don't like to get into those contracts. The whole point of being a national and being under, or being, you know, with God and walking, you know, hand in hand with the Christ and being that action, is to get out of those contracts and not have those soul contracts that tie me into, let's say, working for the wrong side. So, you know, for me personally, I couldn't, my conscience and my soul could never allow me to do that, because I'd have to sign an NDA and I'd have to sign a contract with them, even if I'm just signing the check. You know what I mean? So it's a real tough one to fight those powers. Of course, I'd love to see it exposed. You know, I would love to know where that money went and have it reappropriated, and more of us have to take action. And, you know, everybody who's working for the republic and those things right now, and forming their own republics, also, you know, you got to do it from the inside, because City Hall, you're not going to break down the walls of City Hall by throwing rocks from the outside. It's only going to get changed from the inside, because that's where we change as humans, right? Like, we can't, we, or as men and women, we can't do anything until we change from the inside and realize these things. And it's the same thing with our government, with our system, and everything we're going through now with the, let's say, the transparency and the exposure that we're seeing. It also has to be internal. So more good men and women like you, more of the state nationals, like these guys who are governor and like general or whatever it is of the republic of, you know, whatever their state is, will take that action and just, you know, also go into the system and start fixing it from the inside. Um, you know, it's like, if the only people that sign up to be a judge are bad people, then you're only going to have bad people, you know?
Right.
And it's when we start taking our lives back and our society back that it starts to come back. But if all we're trying to do is give everything over to somebody else, have all these people as our saviors, and not save ourselves and take on those positions that we don't want other people to have, you know, it's just going to keep happening. You know, if there's a bunch of people, the bad people that run jails, you know, and no good people go in and say, hey, I'm going to be the warden, and I'm going to free everybody, and I'm going to give them steak and lobster or whatever, you know, what, you know, because they make more money when they don't feed people. It's like just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, until more of us take Like if we just keep depending on these fictional characters like Elon Musk or Trump to save everybody, it's a great, let's say, it's a great movement, but we have to be that movement.
We have to do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
And
totally agree.
I was serious about when I said, people like you running for governor, people like you running for county commissioner, people like you becoming wardens of jails and making better decisions for people. There's every victimless crime that's committed. They shouldn't be in that system right now. And
Mhm.
until more of us actually join the light and come out into the light, and if we're only looking for our own social security, I would implore people to find social security trust for other people and
Right.
not look at it for themselves. Maybe you'll have a little more success. So, it's easier that, like, maybe look for how to save that woman's house by helping her and bringing her into your home
Mhm.
than, trying to figure out how to save your own house, because
Mhm.
there's people going through foreclosure. Like,
Yeah.
okay, the bank's stealing from you. Well,
Right.
there's a woman right there that needs some help and she's got a house. So there's a lot of situations like that. And if we spend more time doing that and focusing more on the outward help of others, it always comes back to us. I mean, that's the only reason I do this. It's just like the karmic, whatever universal law, the God's law is just spend more time helping other people. And for me and for most people, I don't think 99.999% of people could even handle getting their whole social security trust in the millions or billions of dollars, because they'll just fuck it up. Just like
Mhm.
NFL players and just like lottery winners. And, there's something to say about earning it, so to speak, and something to say about creating it and making it your own. I would say more creating it. And there's, again, an unlimited number of ways to create it that are a little bit better than, yeah, it's there, but it's there for everyone. You already have it. Are there great ways you can figure out how to use it? And should you definitely take advantage of it for you? If you see somebody who's got 3 kids and they're not getting the most benefits that they should get from the government or what have you, and believe you me, the things that we've learned about, like, welfare and like that these things are derogatory things. Well, if they're derogatory things, why are they collecting money from us and triple, quadruple, 10 times taxing us? They tax us on our wages, on our homes. We don't even own homes. It's like the whole thing is just absolutely nonsense. So help the others around you, and then try to create as many of us to grow into the positive change. I mean, that's really what I got from David out of all this stuff. Like, he's he's a lot of people look to David to be their savior, and he's not that. He's a very great educator who's opened up all of our minds to be able
Mhm.
to see things differently than we once were. He's exposed a lot of lies. He's exposed a lot of things that we didn't realize were constructed against us. And I deeply, deeply love him for that. And I'm grateful for all that he's given us. What a lot of people look to do from David and from others, from Bonnie, from me, is like, hey, we need the answer to all of our problems. And all of our problems is getting this pot of money from somewhere. And I promise you, that pot of money will only give you more problems until you're absolutely ready to handle it. And when you're ready to handle it, you'll know that you're ready to handle it and you'll already have it, because you do already have it.